Ooh. Oh boy. Oh, I did not brush my hair. That's a problem. Oh well, I don't care. I don't care. It's not. Oh boy. Why does my internet suck? It's actually not my internet. It's probably. Hi, everybody. Hello. How's it going? Welcome to a very rainy Saturday in my area. It's so rainy that we have a flash flood warning in effect. But we live on a river, so yeah, it's kind of anytime it rains any kind of significantly, it's gonna be flash flood. Yeah, Callie's in the bed with us. It's currently bath time for Callie. Virgil's right there, and Dot is right here. You just can't see her. They will probably all three eventually be on the bed. So, how'd you guys like my react? Anybody get to watch it? It uploaded on Monday. And then I also uploaded, or not Monday, Sunday, and then Monday I uploaded a Heist with Markiplier. So hopefully you guys liked that stuff. Thomas saw my react, so that was pretty cool. Which means he also saw me brag about buying all the sweaters and scarves. Whoops. But yeah. Oh well, that's okay. It's a humble brag. I do it because I love his work and I want to support him. So, Dot, leave that alone. Leave it alone. Virgil, get away from my shoes. All right, we're not doing this today. Go. Come on. Get on the bed with your sister. We're not doing this. I got stuff to do. Lay down. Good boy. Same to you too, Dot. Okay. Oh, I didn't turn my notifications off. Anyway, so mute my phone real quick. Sorry for the buzz. So as I always say, just so you know, I am live streaming on my phone, so I will miss your all's chat bubbles because it only shows me like 4 at a time, depending on how long they are. 2, I didn't brush my hair, so it looks like crap. And number 3, it's rainy and cats are an easy distraction. But anyway, I'm gonna scroll back through what I missed. Okay. Oh, see, there's Dot. Okay. Oh, Bernadette, I love you too. Oh, Lemon Girl, my favorite side is Virgil. I have a cat named Virgil. I did not, Sydney, I did not get the Virgil shirt. I don't, after spending that much money on the sweaters and scarves, I don't really have the money, unfortunately. As much as I really want it, I did not end up getting it. And that also has to do with the fact that they didn't bring back the flower shirt in the restock stuff, so I want to wait until that shirt comes back before I buy anything else. And Thanksgiving was fine. We just went to my mom and dad's house and had good old regular stuff that everybody has for Thanksgiving: turkey, ham, mashed potatoes, green beans, macaroni, corn. Hamilton was great. This soundtrack is still the only thing I listen to in my car. My day's going okay. I got something really cool in the mail you guys want to see. It is Sandersides related. Oh, Sydney Friendsgiving last weekend was pretty good. It was awesome. Went to CJ's coworker's house and we all got together and ate food and it was yummy. But yeah, you guys want to see what I got in the mail? I will show you what I got in the mail because it is Sandersides related. Okay, let's see. They're really big. So I got the poster pack. It's kind of hard to see, but look, it's Taking on Anxiety poster. See? Because we got Superwoman. So we got that one. And then we got, oh God. And then, since all the cats are on the bed, I'm going to put that on the floor. And then we got this one, which is becoming a cartoon. So we got the we got the anxiety scene here. And then we got my two personal favorite posters that Bree has drawn so far. So we got Accepting Anxiety Part 1. That's really nice. And yes, I buy all my posters with Thomas's autograph on them. I buy them all with his autograph. And then we got this one, which is Accepting Anxiety Part 2. So we got the Eric Stotson curve and Virgil being a cute boyo. I love it. And Patton being a dad. Yeah, that literally came in the mail literally like 20 minutes ago. And I was really happy that they brought it to my house because I live in like a condo style apartment and we only have like a small mailbox. It's not like an actual mailbox. So the little, this tube that they came in would not fit in the little box they have for us. So luckily they brought it to my door and they knocked. So they did not get ruined in the rain. So that was good. That was good. Not sides related, but I can show you something else I got. I don't know. Are there any fans of the, oh yeah, there it is. Are there any fans of the Game Grumps in here? I love the Game Grumps, especially Ninja Sex Party, like the group, and then, of course, Danny. I love Aaron, but Ninja Sex Party is the bomb. Thebomb.com. Man, I really need to brush my hair. My hair is really gross, but I got the signed CD for Ninja Sex Party. I got it a couple weeks ago. Ukulele Nerd, that is a fake tweet. It is not real. It's not a real tweet. Thomas doesn't mind us shipping any of the sides, but none of the ships are canon. But yeah, and it came with the... But I got the CD, and this is their third cover CD. I think their last one, I don't think they're doing anymore. Because they're going to be focusing more on their creative, like, new works, new songs and stuff like that. Yeah, Ukulele Nerd, just do this as like a typical... Take this with a grain of salt, sort of, but like, don't ever trust anything from Pinterest. Pinterest is literally just all reposted things. No artist posts their art there. No artist posts, no creative team posts things there. Like, Pinterest is literally supposed to be originally been for like sharing recipes and shit like that. So it's not really, not a trustworthy site. I'm just saying. All my plushies, you can't really see my plushies right now. There's some of them right there. And then you got Umi and, or Rico and Lelouch there. Yeah, Pinterest is just not good. Not good. But anyway, guys, so I am currently working on a couple of videos. The one that you guys voted for was mostly about the Creativa twins, or Roman and Remus, and like the theories behind them. I am working on that one. That one's a little more difficult for me because we don't have much information on Remus, so I kind of just have to guess and do my best educated guess. Yes, Sydney, go take your meds. Let's do that. I didn't take mine this morning. I should probably do that. You're talking about my cats. They're good. They're fine. Dot still hasn't lost her other tooth, but she probably will eventually. But so I'm debating on how I want to do the video about the Creativa twins. If you guys don't mind it just being one big theory with like no real concrete evidence, or how I should go about it. But it's getting there. And then because the new episode was not a mainline sides episode, I started working again on the all 28 episodes of the sides in order again. I started working on that again. So it's getting there. It's getting there. Slow process because when I come home, I'm tired. I work 9.5 hour days, so it's really hard for me to want to come home and do anything. Usually I just want to come home and sleep, especially after, doing all the chores around the house and taking care of the cats. I just kind of want to sleep. I do still plan on having the top video be a two-parter. The first part will be episodes, like the countdown list would be like starting at 28 and working our way up to 11, and then the second part would be the top 10. That would be basically how I would go about doing it. Number two, the Creativity Twins video will probably not have too much editing in it as much as I wish it could. And the number one reason is because this thing here is driving me mad. This is my computer. It's over 5 years old at this point, and it just doesn't, like, it's off right now, and I don't think you guys can hear it, but it is loud. Like, he's humming, doing something, and he has nothing open. I have no idea. I thought about, like, getting everything off of it and, like, just hard wiping it, but I just haven't done it. I worked Black Friday yesterday, and surprisingly, a lot of people were pretty chill. I was actually kind of surprised at how polite everybody was. Lemon Girl, I don't, two things. Number one, don't use the SS like that. SS has a Nazi connotation, so don't do that. If you're going to talk about standard sides and you want to shorten it, I usually just say TSS. So we have Thomas's name in there, and it kind of doesn't do that. But also, my favorite episode I'm not telling, because that would defeat the purpose of you guys watching the countdown, wouldn't it? So you just have to wait for that video to know what my favorite episode of the Standard Sides is. And it's okay. And I don't mean to like be like, oh my god, don't do that, Nazi connotation, but like, it's a Nazi connotation, and it's just, I'm just spreading awareness. So just, because I know there's a lot of new fanders coming in and out every day, and people may not know. So yeah, just try to use TSS instead. Or TS sides, you could say it like that. That way you're not even shortening the whole thing. But yeah, so I'm really this. Oh, Vanessa, I really like the asides video. I talked about it last week because it came out on Friday. And so we were able to discuss it on Saturday. I really like it. I think it's a good idea for Thomas to do, because it requires a lot of editing if he's going to always do it like that, where, you have all the sides in it and they have to worry about editing and green screening and stuff like that. Because, that means they have to go to the office to record it. I'm hoping for some shorter ones that are just like at the house, and Thomas just edits like he used to do the old ones where there was no green screen involved. Just because they would come up faster. But we will have to see. I don't know. The next episode, Ayaka, I don't know. Now that we know that this was just a half episode, I would like to think that we would get an episode in December, but I don't think so, because I think they're waiting on animation. I think there's animation in the next episode, and they're waiting on that. So animation's difficult. It's tough. Like, I'm not an artist, but I'm not going to pretend that I don't know how hard it is. That's, I don't expect it in December. It'll be a nice Christmas present if, we do get it in December, but I'm not expecting it. And Hamilton, you came out to your sister, is asexual. As you can see, I don't know if you know what this ring means, but I'm also ace. So, yeah. I support you, fellow ace friend. I was laughing during that entire scene, gotcha, so I need to rewatch the episode. I've been rewatching a little bit. Oh, hey, Million. Yeah, I like the fact that the episode was serious, yet also funny. And it's also really important to realize that this is the first time we've seen the boys in a non-structured setting, technically. Like, obviously, it's a scripted show, but, like, In this one, they're not aware of the camera. They're a lot more relaxed, which is why I think Roman cusses a lot more. Because I think he doesn't normally, because he's trying to keep up a princely appearance. But in this one, he was just kind of being himself. Um, and where he could like just let himself say exactly how he felt. So I thought that was pretty cool. But I just like the idea that like the sides hang out. You know, they aren't always like, if Thomas is thinking about something, they will be there for him, not only in a video setting. Like they are there through lots of different stuff in his life. Um, Even though like I think it would be funny. I don't know how they get away with it, because they'd have to like clear out like a grocery store or something, but I think it would be really funny if they were able to have small funny scenes where, like, let's say Thomas is in like a grocery store and he wants to buy this really fatty food, and Patton is just like, yeah, let's get the, you know, the unhealthy stuff, because we know from growing up that Patton is the one that doesn't care, like, you know, eat whatever you want. um but I also like the idea that you would get that you could have like Patton pop up and be like, "Yeah, buy the cake. Let's eat the cake." And then Logan pops up and he's like, "You know, that's not what we need to eat. You know, we need to eat more healthy things like greens and stuff like that, and even carrots." And Thomas could be like, "Boof," because he doesn't like carrots. But I think little things like that would be really funny. I don't know how they would do that, because they couldn't. I don't know if they could actually like rent out a grocery store. It had to be like a mom and pop place. It couldn't be like something like that. But that'd be really funny, I think. Um, I don't think Roman's cursing is attached to Remus, because I don't think they affect each other, not particularly. Um, I think I think that they can affect each other, but I don't think that was what this was. Well, renting out a courtroom is a little different, because I don't think that was a full-on courtroom. It didn't look like any courtroom I've ever been in before. It looked more like a staged courtroom. Like, I don't know. I wasn't able to attend the few member live streams after the fact of how they filmed that whole episode. So I don't know. I don't know if they've ever talked about it. Yeah, that's what I thought. It didn't look like a real courtroom. It looked like a fake one. Because you'd be surprised how many. All I know, okay, the Kappa thing is kind of scary. Um, I have marked my channel as not made for kids, but I don't know if that will protect me or not. Um, I still plan on making my videos consistently. Um, I don't know how it's going to affect Thomas, because he is a family-friendly channel. I would recommend you guys just doing a YouTube search on Kappa and watching videos about it to know what it is. Pretty much, Kappa is the Children's Online Protection and something Act. I don't remember. But pretty much, basically, it could ruin YouTube as we know it. Take all of what I say. Yeah, thank you, Million. Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. Thank you. Pretty much what it means is that the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, they sued YouTube for like $140 million, because there are videos made targeted directly at children, and because of that act, you're not supposed to be able to solicit like merchandise and ads directly at children. Like, it's against the law. And because YouTube doesn't really do anything with YouTube kids, kids under 13 are still watching content on YouTube and having things marketed toward them. And because of that, YouTube now has to, like, all of us creators, when we upload a video, like even doing this live thing, I had to mark that it was not made for kids, because if they see my channel and they mark my content as something that can be viewed by kids and is made towards kids, they could fine me up to $42,000. And they could do that to all YouTube creators. And like, their guidelines on what is child friendly and what isn't is so vague. Like they're just like all animation channels are screwed because the FTC and this act, they're so vague in like the rules of like all animations made for kids, which is not true. And like anime channels are in a lot of trouble, and just anybody that makes content that could be viewed by a general audience. Um it's just not good. So I really don't know what YouTube's going to look like after the first of the year, because like big channels have to have all their videos marked by January 1st, 2020. Like they were literally only given like a month and a week notice. And a lot of people have gotten to the point where they've privated a lot of their older videos that may have been targeted, that the FTC might mark as being towards kids. But yeah, so I just recommend, like, if you want to know what's going on and you want to help, there is a petition. There's a place you can actually like voice your comment and stuff like that. Yeah, and some creators do. They have hundreds and hundreds of videos. I don't know what's going to happen. I honestly don't know. And the thing that sucks is a lot of channels have like stopped cussing. They've stopped doing specific things to make sure that they don't get demonetized, which has indirectly made them child friendly because now they don't cuss. Because certain advertisers don't want to be on channels that wasn't family friendly. So a lot of people were like, "Oh, well, don't cuss in your video because if you say the F word or whatever, that you're going to get demonetized." That little yellow dollar sign that everybody shows. But now, by indirectly making their videos safe for ads, they've indirectly made their videos kid friendly, which is against the FTC and the COPPA Act. So it's literally a double-edged sword. I really don't know what's going to happen to YouTube at this point. So it's kind of just, it's up in the air what's really going to happen. I know a lot of bigger YouTube channels, because I'm not a big YouTube channel. I have like 3,000, almost 4,000 subscribers. Jester, you're right. It's a lose-lose situation, and that's the problem, because like they've put, instead of YouTube taking control of the situation and making it more clear, they just decided to leave it in the hands of each individual user, which is stupid. So anyway, off that subject, oh man. Anyway, Kelly, you alright back there? What are you doing? Go her feet. And see, Vanessa, that's another thing. Like, cosplay is really hard because it could be seen as kid friendly because most cosplays are of cartoon characters. And the whole world is really, the whole term thing is very vague because it says on there animation and cartoon characters. But we all know there are a lot of cartoons that are not kid friendly at all. Like there is a lot of anime that's garnered towards kids, but a lot of anime isn't. A lot of anime has a lot of, gore and blood and violence and death and stuff like that. So it's really difficult to even, it's because the people at the FTC are out of touch. They don't understand what YouTube as a society is, like what we do on YouTube, and how obviously the stuff that we watch is not, they need to clarify what they mean as kid friendly. Because obviously there's the channels like the Baby Shark channel and like channels who make content directed at kids. They're the ones who are affected the most. Like if you have a channel that has like toy unboxing that literally is made for little kids to watch the toy be unboxed and play with, that is important. And MatPat's video was good, but the problem with MatPat's video, Million, is that he doesn't say what he's going to do. He doesn't explain what channels should do to stop this. And I think it's because he doesn't know either. And it's a great idea to get filled into what's going to happen on YouTube, but it doesn't tell you what you should do for your own channel. It doesn't say, Matt doesn't even tell what he's going to do for his own channel, because he's really going to be hit. Because Game Theory, it says video games on the kids thing, because that's kid friendly apparently. It also says cartoons, and he does a lot of anime theories over on Film Theory. And it's just, it's so vague, and they're given less than a month and a half to think about it. It's not fair. Like, I marked my channel as not kid friendly because I don't make my videos with the intention of 13-year-olds watching them. If they do, then they do. But that's not me. Like, I don't, like, and the thing is Kappa says even if you don't make content targeted towards kids, but your demographic, that, like, because, like, YouTubers behind the scenes can see, like, who's watching our content in terms of, like, the ages listed for accounts. And if it shows that your main demographic is less than 13, they can find your whole channel. Like, it's so stupid. Well, HelloFresh is just a company. They don't care. And they didn't fund the video specifically. They just funded Thomas making a video, and he had to talk about them in it. That's all sponsorships do. Sponsors, the only time you ever have a sponsorship that's targeting the specific video is if it's about, if the whole video, it's 13 or under technically, Evan. It's something you can't be here. It's more along the lines of, like, they're trying to stop content of people your age being targeted by ads. Like, it's kind of like the problem with the Paul brothers, where they literally, the Paul brothers literally target kids in their content and literally target taking money from children. Like it's 15 is fine, gotcha tube. It's 13 and under that matters, because that's where the COPPA Act is. They consider children 13 and under. It's kind of along the lines of, like, I shouldn't be making content to take money from children. And there are content creators who do that. And I think that's what they're trying to get rid of on YouTube. They're trying to get rid of the creators that literally that make videos that say, hey kids, like, ask your mom and dad if you can buy my merch or whatever. That's what they're going for. I think the petition has gotten a lot of signatures. I've signed it. And I think the FTC's website's gotten so many comments it crashed, I believe. So I do think that they will probably do something about changing it and making it make more sense come 2020. And to be honest, it shouldn't even be the YouTuber's responsibility. They're shoving all of this onto YouTubers, saying, make your videos not targeted towards kids and make sure your kids don't watch them, whenever YouTubers can't control who watches their content. Like, it's not their responsibility. And to be honest, you should probably just, I don't know, parent your children. Like, since when was it a stranger's responsibility on the internet to watch over your children? You should be watching what your kids watch. And if you want to do videos for your kids on YouTube, if you want them to sit still in the shopping cart while you're out shopping doing whatever, then you need to make sure that you know what they're clicking on YouTube. It's not the viewer, it's not the person's responsibility to do that. Because when I post a video on YouTube, I'm welcoming anybody to watch it. Doesn't mean that the content in that video is safe for everybody. It just means that I want everybody to watch it. But it doesn't mean that I'm everybody's parent, that I'm going to be sitting there and watching every single viewer who views my content saying, oh, you're under 13, you can't watch this. You're under 13, you can't watch this. Whenever 9 times out of 10, I feel like kids that are, like, they shouldn't even be on YouTube to begin with, because considering you have to make a YouTube account, and you can't make an account if you're under 13. So if they're watching this content, they're using a parent's account probably, which means that the whole age thing doesn't even matter in your channel description, because, like, the views that you get aren't accurate, because it could say that a 40 to 45-year-old person is watching this, but it could be a kid using their parent's account. So you honestly have no idea. And I think it's literally because the people at the FTC are, like, not trying to generalize, but they're all old white dudes that didn't grow up with the internet like my generation has, that doesn't understand what's going on YouTube right now in terms of, like, how content is made and how it's targeted. And I think a lot of that has to do with just the fact that we need people my age and older that have grown up with the internet to kind of start making rules for the internet. But that will be a very long time in the future. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. But anyway, not what I intended to talk about, but it is important. I don't know what to talk about, to be honest with you. I don't know. It's just all so vague. And I really dislike it. Yeah, million, you're right. It's like saying that like people who make driving laws are people who don't know how to drive. The only people who should make laws on YouTube are the people who make videos and content on YouTube and know how it works. Like, and I understand trying to protect children. I get that. But like, it's just. And see, the thing with Tumblr was a little different because Tumblr was going family friendly, but they wanted to get rid of all porn. And that, you can't really do that. Sydney, the best place to go, like open up YouTube in another tab if you want to stay on my video. But search for Matt Pat's video on it on game theory. He should have the petition in his description for you to sign. But like Tumblr was trying to be more kid friendly by getting rid of all the porn and stuff like that. But the problem is it blew up in their face because porn bots still exist. It didn't get rid of them. If anything, it made them worse. Number two, they got rid of a side of their site that was not directly involved with the necessary kid-friendly content to begin with. Like, there are people that were sex workers, people who choose to sell their bodies or whatever online in they're consenting adults. They can do whatever they want. And it's not fair to stop them from working hard on, their work. Like, some people have their whole lives embedded on Tumblr selling that kind of stuff, selling themselves. And Tumblr the thing about Tumblr is that it's a very good platform in terms of having a easy website without actually having to do much. You can upload pictures and GIFs and videos, and it's not difficult. It's not something that you don't have to learn, Flash or CCS or anything. You can just post videos of yourself, link to your Patreon, your Ko-fi, your whatever, and get people to support your stuff and be like, oh, well, I made this cute plushie, and if you can buy it, you can buy it at my link here and link your Etsy or something. Like, Tumblr's a really good website in terms of how it's built, but how it's ran is terrible. It's terrible. It's not good. I don't use Tumblr that much like I do. Like, I post every once in a while, and I go there for new episodes, when new episodes of the sides come out, but like, that's really it. I don't post too much on there. But the problem with Tumblr is the same thing, is that they want to make this family-friendly website, and it wasn't built that way in the first place. That wasn't the intention. Like, to download the original Tumblr app, you had to be 18. And yet they were going to get rid of all the stuff that was 18 plus. Like, it didn't make any sense. And it's just, and the thing that really sucks is that, like, eventually I get the feeling that we're going to have to eventually do what happened in the change between fanfiction.net and AO3. Because when I was a kid, fanfiction.net was like the only thing that you had in terms of posting fanfiction, but they had a lot of rules. And they had a lot of things, like you couldn't do self-inserts, you couldn't do choose your own adventures, you couldn't do song fics, you couldn't do really anything. And there were so many like rules and regulations on what could be put here and what qualified as fan fiction, what didn't qualify as fan fiction. But AO3 is a site ran by people who wrote fan fiction back then, who posted on fanfiction.net and wanted a place that they could go and post their fan fiction without any qualms, without being able to have a functioning search engine, having enough tags to where people can find exactly what they want or what they don't want to see. And a lot of people don't realize that AO3, or Archive of Their Own, is fan ran and fan made and fan supported. Like, it's literally made in a way that the people who got frustrated with fanfiction.net grew up into people who learned how to make a website and they made their own website. And I feel like that's AO3 is so unique in its stance, is that like there are no ads on the website. It's completely free for you to go on there and read. But like it's ridiculous how much work has gone into AO3 and millions of people access it for completely free. Like it's bizarre. And I think at some point in the near future we're going to have that happen again, but this time it's going to be for sites like Tumblr or sites like YouTube. We're eventually going to have another streaming platform like YouTube where you can post videos and stuff. I don't know what it's going to be called, but we're going to get that because people who are on YouTube, making money on YouTube, are going to get frustrated by all these rules that keep coming up, that we're going to just move. It's just going to happen. And eventually, and like it kind of did already happen with like the streaming thing. We got Twitch. But even then, Twitch is still, a big company ran thing. It's not ran by the people who did the streaming. It was ran by the people who, make money. Big company, big whatever. Big business. But that's the thing that sucks about this entire ordeal, is that eventually everything is ran by big business. I'm hoping AO3 never gets sold. I'm hoping that people continue to support it through donations and through however they can to make sure that site never disappears. Oh, what? That's yawn. Anyway, but yeah, so like that's pretty much the big spiel. That's pretty much it. It just sucks because like I know that there's a Tumblr equivalent that's kind of like Tumblr, but it kind of is a little bit better, called Pillow Fort. I don't use it that often, but I know that's probably going to be the next big thing in terms of like a site like Tumblr that doesn't have as many rules and has better security in terms of bots and things like that. My comments keep disappearing. Yeah, 1 million, exactly. But I don't know. It's just difficult to talk about all this stuff because like I am ignorant in the terms of like I don't know how to do any of this stuff and I don't know what I can do to fix it. But the only thing I can do is bring awareness to it and hope to kind of help others who can do something about it be given the opportunity to do something about it. You guys keep moving. I can't see Callie's face. Your butt's in the way, Virgil. I can't see Callie's face. But anyway, it's been almost 40 minutes. I've been ranting about COPA for like 90% of this live stream. And I understand the whole idea of COPA wanting to protect children. If it wants to get, like, obviously, if they're trying to get rid of people who are manipulating children into buying stuff like, buying merch and condoning acts that should not be done, if they're trying to get rid of those people, then that's fine. Like, that's exactly what needs to be done. But the rules are so vague, it's going to affect millions of more people than it should affect. It's targeting, the target is a good target, but it's as if you're looking through the scope and all you see, everything's red. You don't see the red flags because you're looking through a red scope. Everything looks red instead of the actual red things you're supposed to target. That's kind of what this is. In lighter news, I did see Frozen 2. Frozen 2 is pretty good. No spoilers, obviously. It was really good. Now, without spoiling it, there are a few things I didn't like. But overall, I thought it was a really good movie. Um, the Pretty much this movie just kind of takes the Frozen mythos and kind of expands on it. You learn a lot about Elsa and where her powers come from. You learn more about the parents of Anna and Elsa, and you learn more just about the society and the area in which they live. And it's very good. I hate to say that it's better than the first one, but I enjoyed it more than the first one. But I also really like Elsa in this movie because she's given more of a character. She doesn't just lay back and consistently let Anna make decisions for, or consistently be just the angst character where everything is negative and she's always sad. Like, she gets to be an actual person in this movie, and I really enjoyed that. Because that was one of the reasons why I didn't really like her. Um, it is dark, Jester. There are a lot of things I'm surprised they do in this film. There's an allusion to, like, I mean, there's an allusion to death. Like, it's and multiple times too. Like, it's really weird. Um, the first time they did it, I was just like, wow, are they really gonna show that? Like, and then they did, and I was just like, okay, Disney, okay, that's fine. It's just really weird. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I thought that was kind of strange. Into the Unknown is a very good song. If anybody's been following along, Thomas has seen Frozen 2 as well. And Into the Unknown is I guess, would probably be considered the Let It Go of this one. None of them really reach Let It Go status, but Into the Unknown is very good. It's a very good song, just about, like, finally going on this journey of self-discovery. I think that in terms of a song that is more about Elsa, I feel like Show Yourself is a better song. Show Yourself is just, that whole scene is just, whew, so good. So good. Also, if you guys saw the music video that Thomas was in, by the user Melinda, she did a cover of Into the Unknown, and it is so good. You guys need to go check it out. It is so good. She's such a good singer. She has a couple friends with her doing it. It's so good. And the comments are going by really fast. I can't read them all. Oh, yeah, my cats. Are you guys bathing? Oh, you're bathing each other. Okay, yeah. They're bathing each other. They do that all the time. Yeah, Melinda's cover was so good. That song is like screamo though, dude. Like, and not to mention, like, Brendan Urie being able to sing that is just good. The soundtrack is on Spotify, Jackie. You should check it out. It's so good. Um, but anyway, Frozen 2, I would give it like a 7 out of 10. There were a lot of scenes that I thought were really unnecessary. The side characters get introduced, but they don't really do much, unfortunately. And I just felt like there was a lot they could have cut out and saved um, for something else. And I won't, like, go into too many spoilers. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much my feelings on Frozen 2. I liked it. They're probably gonna make a third one, and I'll enjoy it. Because I like animation, and while the plot of this one is fairly obvious from the get-go, I don't really think it's that. A lot of people want to sit there and say that because you can see something coming, that, like, it's a bad movie, and I don't think that's true, at least not in my experience. Like, the plot they bring up is obvious. Like, this leads to this, and this leads to this, and that character's obviously this character obviously did this thing for this character, and obviously this character over here is the bad one, and I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. Like, I don't know why, whenever it comes to film criticism, that knowing how it's gonna end or knowing the twist that's going to happen is bad. I've just never seen it that way, I guess. I'm really open to the idea of like, okay, I can see how this is going to happen. How are the characters going to react to this? That's what I'm interested in. And I don't think they necessarily left it open for a third one, but I feel like they could find a way to do a third one. Yeah, Jester, there is a lot of connecting the dots. Like, as soon as the movie starts, you can kind of see the way they're going to go with it. And then I think that once they start doing the adventuring like they've been showing in the trailers, you see Elsa, Anna, Kristoff, and Sven and Olaf all like looking over this foggy area. Once they get to that foggy area and things begin moving, it's pretty obvious what the plot is. Because they go to this next thing, they do it, and they go to this next thing, and then that happens, and it's just a continuation. It's kind of slow paced at first, but I didn't really mind it. It didn't really bother me. What the third one could be about, I don't know, and that's mostly because of the ending. How a lot of people are divisive on whether the ending makes sense or not. I thought the ending was fine, but a lot of people are really upset by the decisions certain characters make at the end. My hair is gross. I really should have brushed it. Oh well. But a lot of people just didn't. I guess they just weren't happy with decisions that certain characters made at the end. I didn't see a problem with it. But maybe it's because my interpretation of the movie was different from theirs. I enjoyed it over more, and I can see why that character would make that decision. I can see why the other character made a specific decision. I can see why it doesn't really affect the end of the movie. Like, they don't make it a big grandiose deal because it doesn't need to be a big grandiose deal. But it's hard to talk vaguely about a movie without actually saying anything. It's been more difficult than I thought, so I definitely couldn't be a spoiler-free movie reviewer. It would not happen. But I'm not a good movie critiquer anyway, because 9 times out of 10 I find something that I like in a movie. I'm usually not unnecessarily harsh on a movie, just because certain things were expectations. The thing is I'm not like CinemaSins in that sense. Like, I watch CinemaSins, but I also watch Cinema Wins. And I feel like it's really important to not be so picky when trying to enjoy a movie. I go to the movie because I want to be entertained. If I'm going to sit there and pick it apart, then I should just wait and watch it by myself. Because why ruin a movie for other people around me? Now, if it's a movie I've seen before time and time again, then yeah, maybe I get a little CinemaSins-ish. But like, usually I'm more of a Cinema Wins kind of person. I want to enjoy the movie for what it is and talk about how much I enjoyed the movie for what it gave me. I liked the live action Aladdin. That's how you can tell what kind of person I am when it comes to movies. I enjoyed the live action Aladdin. And and I've watched plenty of reviews about the live action Aladdin, how everybody's just like, it's not as good as the original, which it shouldn't have been because it's a remake, and how that they thought that Will Smith as the genie was awkward and weird because he was blue, and I'm just like, you complained when he wasn't blue, and now you complain that he is blue. You need to take a pick. Like, you need to decide. Like, if you're going to be upset that he's blue or upset that he's not. A lot of the movie, like, I know a lot of people didn't like the guy that played Aladdin. I think he looks the part. His acting was kind of at best, but like, both he and the actress that played Jasmine looked the part. So, like, I don't know. And gotcha, you're free to your own point, but like, it's just kind of like, I grew up with the Aladdin animated series. Oh, thanks, Million Heart. I like everything. You also include anime in that, but I don't know if you like anime or not. But yeah, so like, it's just kind of like, Aladdin was something I grew up with. But I didn't go into the live action Aladdin expecting to see the first one. And a lot of people do that when they watch these live action remakes. I don't go into the live action expecting to see the cartoon. I expected it to be something that would happen in real life based on the cartoon version of it. So like a lot of people that I see, the thing about Speechless Hamiltrash is that it frustrated me that they could have made that scene a little bit more different. They could have made that scene more realistic instead of having her Thanosing everybody and then it not actually happening. I think it would have been more interesting if she had been like, I don't know, defending her father, getting him away, picking up a sword or something. Like, I think, who said that? I think it was the Nostalgia Critic who said that in his video. Like, wouldn't it have been cooler if Jasmine had like picked up a sword and like started defending her dad and getting him away from all the people of the Sultan's palace, like of the guards, getting away from the guards while singing the song, and then it goes in slow motion a little bit, and then like maybe that's how she convinces the lead guard to be like, who do you actually follow? Just the Sultan in title or the actual Sultan, my father? Like, where do your loyalties lie? Like, it would have been more interesting if that had happened. But I also really like the song. The only problem about the song is that literally right after that, she gets silenced. Oh, bye, Million. See you later. But, like, Speechless is a good song. It's got a good meaning, but the placement in the movie is terrible. Because literally right after she sings that song and convinces the guards to stay loyal to her father, she turns around and gets captured by Jafar and gets silenced. Like, didn't you just sing a whole song about not being silenced? Like, wasn't that the entire point of the song? Okay. I don't know. But like, it's just, Aladdin is a good live action remake because it doesn't have to completely stay exactly the same to entertain me. And I don't go into these movies wanting the exact same movie, or I would just watch the original. What's the point of going into these movies to watch the same thing you've already seen before? That's why I went to see the live action Aladdin. Now, the live action Lion King can bite me because it's not even live action. It's CGI and it's terrible and I never want to see it. If I want to watch Lion King and I want to watch a shot-for-shot remake of the Lion King, I'll just watch the original. Like, why would I watch this crappy live-action remake that's not even live-action, it's CGI? All of it is CGI. Like, no. It's stupid. Like, I'm not gonna give Disney money for that. Like, I might go see Mulan, because Mulan looks different. I know there's been a lot of controversy with the actress who's playing Mulan. So I don't know. That will vary. But I know. The thing is, though, Jester, is the reason why I liked this Jafar. Like, I actually liked him. And I think the reason that I liked him was because of the fact that... But here's the thing, Gotcha. Did you like the original, the in real life Lion King because of it? Or because of the fact that you knew what Lion King already was? Was there anything the real life Lion King that you enjoyed that didn't happen in the original? Probably not. Because it's a shot-for-shot remake. That's my problem with the Beauty and the Beast live-action remake. Other than the fact that I love Emma Watson to death, but she needs to have more emotions than just this. Hello? She never has any kind of expression on her face. And she was fine in the Harry Potter movies growing up, but like, gosh, she was terrible in Beauty and the Beast remake. But anyway, Jafar in the live-action Aladdin, I actually liked because the character of Jafar in the original movie is a very deep, bombastic character. He's more dramatic because he has to be. And it's not necessarily something that would really work in real life because anybody like that would probably just get shunned. He wouldn't really have a say in how things go because he is so dramatic. He is so sneezily conniving, blah, blah. But in real life, it's different. I think having him be more of a subdued kind of evil, it just makes more sense to me. It fits more in the alignment of this is a live action retelling of a cartoon. Like it can't be as cartoony and as dramatic as the cartoon can be because the cartoon really has no limits. They decided they wanted to cuddle together. Isn't that cute, guys? So, but like that was the big main reason I didn't like the live action Aladdin, or not Aladdin, the live action Lion King, is because it was like a dupe for dupe thing. Um, but I guess if you enjoyed the live action Lion King, fine. But I feel like the reason why you enjoyed it doesn't have to do with that version of the Lion King. You could get the same enjoyment out of the original. Um, and you know, Jester, that's possible. That's the thing that the new Aladdin kind of opens up is it opens up new theories because we're given more of a character for Jasmine, Jafar, and the Sultan in terms of what goes on in the palace. Like, you know, we learn about Shirabat, that side country. We learn about, you know, Jasmine's mother being from Shirabat and how Jafar wants to invade their lands. It's possible that Jafar had something to do with her mother's death, but we don't know. And I do think it would be interesting to go into that because Jafar, in this instance, seems like a very conniving statesman. It feels like he could literally go into anywhere and make himself fit with his smooth, conniving words, rather than being this bombastic super villain character. Now, I'm not saying the live action Aladdin is perfect. It's not. There are a lot of things it doesn't do right that I dislike. The beginning of the movie is not that great. You know, they don't really explain what the Cave of Wonders is. They don't explain, you know, how Jafar found it. They don't explain how Jafar knows Aladdin is the chosen one, like the little ring thing doesn't exist. So there's a lot of things about the live action Aladdin that I didn't really enjoy. But overall, I thought it was a decent movie. I didn't think it was terrible. Well, gotcha. If you don't like something, just kind of maybe keep it to yourself. Like, you don't have to tell us that you hate it. You can just say you dislike it. Hate's a strong word. But I guess it's just kind of. I guess the reason why they didn't do the giant snake thing, Jester, I guess is mostly because of the fact that it would have been really expensive, I guess. And maybe that's not as realistic as what we got. You know, because this Jafar wasn't one to get his own hands dirty. He was more of the kind that was going to let someone else do his own dirty work, which is why he sent Iago. Um, I guess I would have liked to have seen the giant snake too, but I don't really know how they would have achieved that. So I was fine with, you know, how it turned out. Hello, Minty Cream and CB. Hello. I have my chat open, so I'm seeing a reflection of what I'm doing on my screen. It's really weird. Um, how much of a delay there is. Um, but anyway, so I guess my overall point is that I don't like Frozen 2 to me was a good movie. There are a lot of people who are going to say it's terrible. And it's because I try to look at movies through a lens of that just because I knew what happens doesn't mean it's a bad movie. In the same sense of Aladdin, just because the movie is not exactly the same as the original doesn't make it a bad movie. I just think that sometimes, you know, we sit there and say that, oh, Disney's remaking this movie, which means they're going to ruin it. It's not going to be the same as the original. Obviously, it's not. But, like, then they turn around and watch the movie and critique it for not being like the original. Just seems kind of hypocritical. You don't want Disney to remake it because you know they're not going to do it right because you want it to be just like the animated, and yet you turn around and critique it and say, well, that's really different than the original, and that's really different than the original. And it's like, didn't you just say you didn't want to watch the same thing again? Like, why do these remakes if you're not going to change anything up? Like, I don't know. It's frustrating, to say the least. I'm just like, it's just weird. And Sydney, I'm kind of like that too. I think Frozen 2 was better only because it had, like, you take out, okay, out of the first Frozen movie, you take out the big twist at the end that everybody knows about. Take that out. What really does that movie do different than any other Disney movie? Not much, other than the sisterly love thing, but Lilo and Stitch did that too, and it's not any big thing over on that side. Like, I haven't seen the Lilo and Stitch movie in a really long time, but they do the sister bond thing, and they did it a long time ago in comparison to Frozen. The only thing that Frozen did well was the character of Hans, but even then, don't get me started on that because it's not that great to me. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not saying it did take me by surprise. It did, but that doesn't mean that it's a good take me by surprise, I guess. And yeah, Jester, exactly. Like just because you can see what's going on doesn't mean that it's not a good movie. Like, when I saw Toy Story 4, I was really open because Toy Story is a series that I have grown up with. I was 5 when the first one came out, and I was the same age as Andy when 3 came out, and we were going through the same things. You know, we went off to college, growing up, things like that. So it was always interesting to grow up with the characters in Toy Story. And when I saw 4, and then I thought it was probably my favorite and probably the best one out of all of them, it was really weird to come home and see everybody else critiquing it so harshly in the sense of saying, like, this was so unneeded, they could have done something else. And it's just like, why not just enjoy the movie for what it was than critiquing it for what it isn't? Like, if you think that Toy Story 4 was unnecessary, because me, for a long time, I did too. I didn't think it was necessary either. But it gave me a reason to like the characters and to like the movie. That's why I enjoyed the movie. But Gotcha Tube, is there anything you do like? My gosh. I'm not saying that you have to like everything, but man, no need for all this hate in my chat. Like, I get it if you don't like Disney, but gosh. And what's funny is when I watched the asides for the first time and I saw Roman's reactions to Frozen and everything he says, on point. It's all stuff that I agree with and all things that I actually thought about the first Frozen movie. I'm not saying it's not a good, not a good movie, but there's a lot of things that aren't that great about the movie. But anyway, so it's been about an hour, guys. Don't really have too much left to talk about. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I'm gonna work on some more videos because I really need to get more content on my channel that can be monetized. Because I couldn't monetize the Markiplier video, and I can't monetize any of my reacts because the content in it doesn't belong to me. So I have to it's just kind of, sorry, I'm reading the comments. But and Hamel Trash, yeah, I mean, Roman likes all of them. He just has a funny way of showing it. I don't know if that's not obvious to everybody else because everybody immediately jumped on that. They were like, "Oh, Roman, critiques stuff that he likes." Or so that means every time he was making fun of Virgil, that means he liked him. Obviously, he likes Virgil. Like, duh. I don't know why that's such a big revelation to everybody, but apparently it was. Like, obviously, Roman has cared about Virgil for a while. He just has a funny way of showing it. Like, does nobody remember the fact that, like, every time Roman was making fun of him in the past, it was just kind of poking fun at him. Like, it wasn't, like, anything super serious. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I don't know, Gotcha Tube. The fourth one's really good, in my opinion. I think you should give it a chance. it actually lets Woody be a character for once instead of just being this placeholder for, oh, I'm a toy and everybody should stay being a toy and I should never like think for myself even though I have the ability to do so. And yeah, and Jester, you're exactly right. Roman shows his love by picking on people. Like, I only pick on the people that I like. I wouldn't bother wasting my time picking on somebody I didn't like, because why waste the effort on them anyway? Yeah, and there were times that Roman could have been a little bit nicer, but they're cuddling so cute, guys. Oh, excuse me. Burped out of nowhere. You guys like my t-shirt? It's Roman. No wonder I'm defending Roman. He's my shirt. See? I like Roman. Anyway. So guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna hopefully work on videos and not just lay in my bed all day. We'll find out. Those 3 cats, they look kind of comfortable. I might have to join them. But I will see you guys next Saturday. We have made it through another month of these live streams. We are going into December. I've only missed a couple of Saturdays. I've only missed a couple of Saturdays, so I'm pretty satisfied with myself in terms of doing these live streams. I never thought that I would actually consistently do them. I thought I would just stop, but a lot of you guys seem to enjoy the live streams, so that makes me really happy that you consistently come and join me for an hour to 2 hours, however long I decide to stream, depending on how much we have to talk about. But I'm really hoping to have a video out to you guys, a Sandersides video out to you guys this week. I'm going to try my best. Work's going to get busier now that Black Friday's over. But hopefully things go well. But I will see you guys in the next video. Good luck in everything you strive to do. I am here for you. If you need anything, you can contact me on my socials. My Tumblr is vigilantvirgil.tumblr.com. You can also get on contact with me on Twitter. My Twitter @ is RileyLoganYT. So feel free to hit me up if you just want to chat or if you need some advice or what. I don't care. I'm here for you guys. You guys support me in what I do and it's greatly appreciated. So I'm gonna say bye and go bother these kitties because if they sleep now, they're gonna keep me up all night. Bye.